come on in. We got a good show tonight. How you doing, Sister Frida Gaines? How you doing? How you doing? Thank you, sister, for coming in. Come on in, the rest of you brothers and sisters out there. We got a good, hot show tonight. If you need permission to listen to the show, you better go talk to your mom and daddy tonight, because tonight we are going to have a grown-up show. How you doing, mother? I see you join Hancock down there. I'm telling you, my brother and sister, you need to be very, very mature, because I'm going to get into some stuff tonight on this particular broadcast. I'm going to talk about some real truths, especially that some of you sisters aren't aware of. But I'm about to put it right in your face. If you ain't ready for reality, sister, if you want to live in fantasy land, you need to go look at something else, go to the movie, do whatever you want to do. Because tonight, I'm going to tell you some hard truth. So you need to be ready, my sister, my brothers. I'm not telling no secret about the playbook from brothers, but I got to tell these sisters what's going on. I do not side with women. I do not side with men. It may appear that I'm jumping on agenda, but I'm not jumping on agenda. I'm just here to present the truth. I might focus more on a man on some of my shows, or I might focus more on some women. But you brothers, you supposed to be the leader and head of the relationship. So you are definitely responsible for the relationship, my brothers. And if you want a woman to follow you, you got to be legit. How you doing, my little sister Renee? So, as I stated, we're about to get into it shortly. If you sit in the back, come close. We got some seats at the front, because I want you to listen to what I have to say tonight. I don't want you to, I don't want you to hear what I got to say. I want you to listen. And with that said, my brothers and sisters, we're about to get into this show tonight. If this is your first time looking at the broadcast, allow me to introduce myself. My name is Tony M. Toomer, and I talk about relationships. I talk about serious relationships. I talk about a relationship that should move after the seriousness. It should move to the commitment, and after the commitment, it should lead to a covenant relationship. That's the type of relationship I talk about. Not only that, I basically focus on the relationship of that between a man and a woman, male and female. I focus on this because when you go to the book of Genesis, the Bible, God created the man first. He had a unique relationship with the man. Secondly, he created the woman, and he had a unique relationship with the woman. Before the man and the woman met, God had a unique relationship with both of them. Then God decided to represent the woman to the man, that man being Adam. And Adam said in the presence of God, bone of my bone, flesh of my flesh, I should call a woman because she came from man. Now, if you believe in any other type of relationship other than a man and a woman, I encourage you, my brother and sister, to look at the broadcast. You have what is called a free will. And maybe you can learn something, so I want you to stick around, okay? Now, with that said, tonight's topic is the harsh truth and difference of what godly men versus worldly men seek from a woman. That's right, I said that. Tonight, the show is the harsh truth and difference of what a godly man versus a worldly man seek from a woman. Now, there is a big difference, my brothers, and you know it. There's a big difference, my sister, and you need to know it. But if you don't know it, you're going to learn it tonight, my sisters, okay? Brothers, I'm not here to beat down on you, and I'm not here trying to bait women and try to get women to like me and all that kind of crap. I'm not doing no beta stuff. I'm just here to present the truth. I come on here. I don't come with salt. I don't come with sugar. I come with salt. And salt might irritate. It does preserve. It gives flavor, and it might irritate. Okay? So this is what I'm going to do. Now, first of all, let's get into the definition of harsh truth. When I go to the dictionary, my brother and sister, the dictionary say that the harsh truth is defined as painful to accept, but there's healing at the end. False hopes, on the other hand, is a very dangerous thing that offers no reward. Or to say it differently, something that you don't want to admit or have done or is happening. I'm going to say this again. Listen to me, my brother, and especially you sisters, because tonight's topic is the harsh truth and difference of what a godly man versus a worldly man seek from a woman. The harsh truth, again, listen carefully. It's painful to accept. So some of you sisters, what I'm about to say, it is the truth. Now, you're going to have a decision based on what I say. You're going to either accept what I say or you're going to reject it. Tonight, you're not going to sit on the side. You're not going to wave over the fence. You're either going to accept what I say or you going to reject what I say tonight. How you doing, Sister Brenda K? Again, the harsh truth is painful to accept, but there's a healing at the end. So what I'm saying, I'm telling you, my sister, so you can be aware of it. If you're not aware of it, hopefully you're not living in fantasy or cartoon land. Also, to say it differently, harsh truth is something that you don't want to admit or have something done or is happening. Now, my sisters, I want to ask you this question. Brothers, you could let the sisters sit up the front because I'm talking to them. And you, brother, you know I'm telling the truth. You know I'm about to tell the truth. And I know some men don't want me to say this, but I'm going to say it. Now, first of all, and this goes for you brothers and sisters, question, do you want the red pill content tonight? Or do you want the blue pill content? Do you want the red pill or do you want the blue pill? We know what that means if you look at the movie called The Matrix. When it comes to the blue pill, you want something that's fake. You want something that's cartoonish. You don't want to see reality. If I give you the red pill, this is the truth. I'm going to pull the blind back and let you see how things are. That's what I'm here tonight. I'm here tonight to bring you some red pill content. It's going to be painful to accept for some of you women, so you better buckle up because here comes the truth. Now, one thing that all women that call themselves in a relationship with a man, listen to me carefully. Any woman that's listening to me tonight, if you call yourself in a committed and serious relationship with a man, and I'm going to reduce it down to 1 year, 1 year. If you've been dealing with a man beyond 1 year, and that the question is, you should ask yourself the question, sister, why have this man not married me? That's what you need to ask yourself. You and this man been dating over 1 year. Thank you, Sister Brenda. Brenda want the red pill, sister. You about to get it tonight. If any of you sisters claim that you're in a committed relationship, if you claiming it, if you've been claiming it in front of your family, if you've been claiming it in front of your friends, your co-worker, Facebook, if you've been claiming a man for a year plus, and this man have not moved you to the engagement period and about to transition into marriage, you need to ask yourself this question. Why have this man not married you? Why have this man not married you? Look in the mirror. Why are you not good enough to get married to? He said he's serious about you. He said he's committed to you. He may have even given you an engagement ring. And I could tell you something, sister, and I have said this on some of my previous shows. Some of you sisters wear an engagement ring, but it actually is a shut-up ring. That man don't have no intention on marrying you. Within a year's time, especially some of you sisters that 30, 40, 50 years old, and you playing house with a man for over a year, what else do you need to know? Some of you sisters say, I need time to learn him. You will never learn a man totally because you're not Jesus. You can't read that man hard. You should be, from a year's time, you should be learning that man pattern and behavior. That's what you should be learning. That man pattern and behavior. If a man, I have always said this, sister, we men, we know within a short period of time the distance that we want to go with you. It does not take a man over a year to decide whether he wants to marry you or not. It doesn't take that long. If a man said we need to slow it down to take time, that man is wasting your time. Some of you sisters find yourself in a relationship 5, 10, 15, 20 years, and they're going to go on and on and on. This man will never marry you. Some of you sisters have experienced this. You have been in a relationship with a man 20-some years. You break up, this man get with another woman, and he married this woman within a few weeks or days. This is some red pill stuff for you sisters. You need to understand. Now, a question. This is another question. What do healthy, godly men and worldly men have in common when it comes to a woman? What do a godly man and a worldly man have in common when it comes to a woman? I'm going to tell you, both the godly man and the worldly man that is healthy, that's a key word, healthy, mentally, emotionally, physically, financially. Both men, godly and worldly men, one thing they got in common is they are attracted to women, but there's something else that a man is attracted to, whether he's spiritual and whether he's worldly. If he's a healthy man, remember I said healthy the mind, the emotions, the body, and even finance. A healthy man, this is one thing healthy men have in common. They like women that are attractive. Different men have different versions of what is attractive, but there's something else that I need to talk to you all about shortly. When it comes to a relationship, let me start from the spiritual aspect first. The spiritual aspect. When it comes to God and when it comes to Satan, we talk about the spiritual part first. When it comes to God and Satan, what are both of them interested in when it comes to a woman? What is God interested in when it comes to a woman? And what is Satan interested in when it comes to a woman? Both Satan and God, and we're not talking about the man right now, we talk about you sisters. What does God find interesting in you, and what does Satan find interesting in you? They both, God and Satan, my sister, listen to me carefully. They both want your heart first. God wants your heart. Satan wants your heart. Now, why does God want your heart first? God wants your heart so he can live in your body, so you can carry out his divine will. That's why God wants your heart. He wants to come into your body, his spirit, so he can carry out his divine will in you through his son Jesus. That's why God wants your heart. So, and why does Satan want your heart? Why does Satan want your heart? Satan wants to use your body. That's the difference between God and Satan. He wants to use your body for something evil. He wants to destroy your soul and your body. God don't want to destroy your soul and body. God wants to enhance it. God wants to save first your soul. That's what God think about. Your soul, your heart is part of your soul, okay? So God wants your heart, and he wants you to preserve your body because your body is a temple. So you got to understand that. Your body is a temple. Satan know that your body is a temple, but Satan wants to break your body down. And how does he break your body down? He wants to get inside you too. So one want to uplift you and one want to destroy you. So do you understand from a spiritual standpoint, God wants you and Satan wants you? Now, remember that man is made in the image of God, right? So if man is made in the image of God, what does a man want from you? A man, sister, he's going to be in one or two categories. He's either going to be a spiritual driven man or he's going to be a worldly man. There's no in between. He spiritual or worldly. The question is, when it's a spiritual man, called every man is a spiritual being, but some men are worldly in their thoughts and some men are spiritual driven in their thoughts, okay? So when it comes down to it, remember I just gave you an example of God, and I just gave you an example of Satan, what both of these want. The question is who is this man father? Or to make it calmer, who is this man daddy? If the man is a godly man, he still will be attracted to you. If a man, a worldly man, he will be attracted to you. A godly man, he's looking at you he's attempting to look at you from inside out. Because God is his father or his daddy. A worldly man look from you outside and he will try to work himself in. That's the difference between a spiritual man and a unspiritual man. Now, remember that question that I asked you earlier? What was that question? I asked you this, my sisters. I asked you, what does a godly man and a worldly man have in common when it comes to a woman? Remember the first thing I said. I said both of them are attracted to a woman. I'm going to talk about a healthy godly man and a healthy worldly man. They both are attracted to a woman. And I may add this second part. Now we finna get deeper into this. The second part of it that I'm going to add, worldly men as well as godly men will have a sex drive when it comes to a woman. Listen to what I'm saying. Worldly men have sex drive. Healthy spiritual man have a sex drive because God gives man a sex drive. There's nothing wrong with a sex drive. Okay, nothing. Now, this question that I'm asking is this. I had did a survey, my brothers. I had done a survey, my sister. When I did a survey, I talked to some men and I talked to some women. I really did. So what I'm about to talk to you all about, I'm not just talking. I did some research on it by asking questions. I did a little survey. I talked to some people over the phone, men and women, and I talked to a man and women in person. And this is the question that I asked. I said, if a woman can't have sex with most men, listen to what I'm saying. If a woman can't have sex with most men, will that man want a relationship with the woman? Listen to me carefully. If a woman, let's say for instance, the woman don't have no vagina. Okay, we talking adult tonight. If a woman doesn't have a vagina or she can't have sex, would most men want to have a relationship with a woman? That's the question. And the response, my brother and sister, that I got from most men and most women, majority of the men and majority of the women, the survey said that most men said that more than likely, most men, but a few men may want to have a relationship with a woman if the woman was not able to have sex. The women that I talked to, majority of the women agreed with majority of the men. Majority of the women said that if a woman cannot have sex with a man that she don't have a vagina, more than likely the majority of the men will not want no relationship with the woman. Now, this point did not come up within the conversation, but that's not all men should focus on, okay? A man should not just focus on sex with a woman. That's all well and good. And I will agree that being in a relationship with a woman isn't all about sex. However, it is a very important part of the relationship for most healthy men. You understand that? It is a vital part of a relationship with most healthy men. Now, what is the difference between a worldly man versus a godly man? And keep in mind what a worldly man wants from you and what a spiritual man wants from you. Now, we're going to see what a worldly man really wants from you, sister. This is some red pill stuff, okay? A worldly man will not marry you. Listen to what I'm saying. Remember earlier I said if you claim to have been in a relationship with a man over a year, and I have also stated that a man knows within a short period of time whether you wife material or not. Some of you sisters, you have put yourself in a position to let a man string you along. And years have gone by, and when you look back, you see that you have wasted time. Within a year time, a man should, if he says serious and committed to you, he should try to close the deal. If he say that he's serious and committed to you. Some of you sisters that have been in a relationship over a year with a man, what a lot of you all are doing, you are playing house with a man. You're actually playing house with a man. You either got girlfriend or boyfriend thing going on for a year, beyond a year, or you living with a man that you say you're in a relationship with. That's a worldly man. Even though this man does things that you think a man should do, even if the man playing the husband role, he could play the husband role with you whether he's staying in your house or not. But especially if you and him living together. You have to ask yourself this question. Why is this man stringing you along? Why are you not good enough to be wife? You have to ask yourself that. Why are you not good enough to be a wife? If this man say he's seriously committed to you, this man should get engaged to you and move towards marriage. There's no excuse. There's no excuse. Number two, most worldly men, like I said, number one, they will not marry you. They will not marry you. They will say serious and committed. They're not going to marry you. Even though you got an engagement ring on, they will not marry you, which translated shut up ring. Number two, most worldly men, they view women in general as an object to be disposed of. You understand that? Most worldly thinking men, they look at a woman as an object to be discharged after use. And then they go on to the next product, which means another woman. These men could use you as an object for years too. These type of guys, they will not say they serious with you. They will not say they're committed to you, but they will play with you off and on throughout your lifetime. You understand? They will play with you throughout your lifetime. They will never, ever commit to you for some reason whatsoever. So, but they're going to discharge you eventually. They're going to discharge you for the better woman. This is some red pill content. They just stringing you along until the woman that they really desire come along. A lot of you sisters are in this boat. You allow yourself to be in this boat. You get feelings for these guys. And let me tell you something about feeling for these guys. There are a lot of women that have men to dog them out, and they run and hold on to these guys. There are some men that want to treat a woman nice, but a lot of women, believe it or not, this is some red pill content, a lot of women do not like nice guys. A lot of women, they do not like nice guys. They do not like guys that respect them, that really have the woman in mind. They don't look at the woman as, they look at the woman as she's special, the good guys. But a lot of women, you like the bad guys. You like guys that call you names. You like guys that torment your mind. You like guys that torment your emotion, your heart. You like guys that battle your body, beat on your body. You like guys that take your finances away. You like guys that use you up. But this good guy, you don't want no time with him. A lot of you sisters, you run through all these bad guys, and you keep this good guy in what is called the friend zone. And eventually, this good guy, more than likely, he's going to end up with another woman. And then it's going to be too late when you want to look back over your shoulder and see, can you get him? By that time, years have gone by, and these bad boys, you look at them, they didn't want you. You're going to come to yourself one of these days. Your mind going to say, I allowed these guys to use me, and what happened? Which is, you allowed yourself to be played as the victim. You're going to call yourself, because there are a lot of women that say, all the men that I was in a relationship with, they done me wrong. But what is the common denominator? You are the common denominator. Why have you allowed a series of guys to treat you wrong? Why have you allowed a series of guys to use you? Why do some of you sisters allow men to stay with you, and these guys don't have no intent of closing the deal? It's a lot of you sisters that I'm talking to now. I know you don't want to hear this, but it's some truth. Another thing, let me tell you what worldly men say. Remember, I did a survey. I talked to men and women, but let me tell you what a lot of guys say, and I'm not going to call no names. This is what some guys say. If you take the sex from the woman, if the woman can't have sex, most men, not all men, but most men don't want to deal with the women. This is what they say. They said that most women, their conversation be boring. It's not interesting. They're full of drama, and they quickly play the victim if things don't go their way. This is what some guys say. If you take the sex out of the equation, the worldly men, this is what they say about women. When they look at women, I'm telling you, this is the thought process of a lot of worldly men that I have talked to. The conversation be boring. Your conversation doesn't be interesting at all. But these guys, they play like your conversation interesting so they can get the sex from you or use you up for your financial reason, your house or whatever. They're gonna act like they like what you're doing. Because you're gonna look at them smiling and they could talk nice and stuff, but they're not going to commit to you. They're not going to be, that means they're not going to be serious. They're not going to commit, and they will not marry you. These are worldly men. Now, what is the difference? I just told you about how worldly men basically look at women. Now, let's talk about the godly men. When I say godly man, I'm not talking about a perfect man. Keep that in mind. I'm not talking about a perfect man. A godly man is a man that is following God through his son Jesus. Now, a godly man, this is how he view a woman. When a godly man is very interested in a woman, he look past the sex. He may have a desire to have sex with the woman. Because remember what I said. I have said this several times. Most married couples that you see, how you doing, Sister Twyla? Most couples that you see, remember I have said this, most men and women, before they say I do, they have had sex before. And I'm talking about not only worldly men, I'm talking now about spiritual men. Yes, spiritual men have sex before they get married. And that's true. Majority of them, they have sex with the woman before they get married. It's wrong, but it's a reality. Now, a man that is serious about God, when he gets serious about a woman, he will commit to the woman. He knows that he would like to close the deal with the woman. What do I mean by close the deal? He look at the woman, he said, I'm going to be serious with this woman, and I'm going to let it be known. I'm going to commit to her. I'm going to verbally commit to this woman. I'm going to verbally tell this woman who I am, what I'm about, and I want her to be a part of where I'm going. I got a plan. That's what a godly man would tell a woman. I have a plan. So a godly man, he sees a woman. He's attracted to a woman. How you doing, Sister Flo? He's attracted to the woman, but he wants something more than sex from her. But remember, he still have a sex drive. Now, he will marry you because the reason why a godly man will move on to really marry you, and he's not rushing, but like I said, within a short period of time, men know what they want to do. He's going to go ahead and make up his mind, and I'm using a year at the minimum. He's going to let you know, look, I'm serious about you. I'm going to commit to this relationship, and we need to get married. Why would this man, a godly man, a real godly man, why would this man do these things? A real godly man would do this because he wants to please God. Who's your daddy? The worldly men, we know who their daddy is. Their daddy is Satan. Satan don't want to close the deal. Satan's sons don't want to close the deal. Godly men supposed to move towards close the deal, and that means getting a covenant relationship with a woman. Not only that, godly men do not view a woman that they're interested in as a object to be disposed of. Godly men look at a woman that a woman is precious in the sight of God. She is a ruby. Her name ain't ruby, but she's just like a precious stone. Because a godly man view a woman as she's very precious in the sight of God. A godly man is not going to lie to women to let them know that they don't want a relationship. A godly man, now let me tell you something. Most godly, a majority, if he's a legit godly man, he's going to let that woman know, look, I'm going to marry you or I'm not. He's not going to string you along. He would tell you his position early, before years up, because he knows if this man tell you that he doesn't want to get married, and he call himself a godly man, don't waste your time. He telling you straight up he's not going to get married. Yes, godly men still will do what worldly men do with women. Because godly men will sin. You got to understand that a godly man will still sin. Some of you brothers and sisters, you don't think godly men sin, do you? Godly men do sin. Godly men do fornicate. Godly men do adultery. So don't ever get it twisted. But one thing about godly men, they're not going to look at you as no object. And if he's real legit, he's going to try to please God. And he knows that God wants the relationship to progress to the covenant relationship. He knows this because he wants to please God. Thirdly, whereas the worldly men, like I said about worldly men, how you doing? Sister Flo said, whoop, there it is. That's right. The worldly men, remember I said about the worldly men? They look at your conversation as, and I'm telling you, this the first time some of you all have heard that worldly men, even though they claim to be in a relationship with you, when I did my survey talking to some men, They said that in general, worldly men, keep in mind worldly men, they said that your conversation is boring. But you don't know that your conversation is boring. But they say your conversation is boring. It's not interesting. They get tired of hearing about what your girlfriend doing, what's going on the job, and all this superficial stuff. They get tired of talking about housewives or Atlanta and all that kind of stuff. They don't like that kind of stuff. They put up with it. Why do they put up with it? Because of what's between your legs. That's why they do it. They say that you're full of drama and you quick to play the role of a victim if things don't go your way. Contrary to a godly man, they find your conversation uplifting, especially if you are following God. That's the contrast of a godly man and a worldly man. This is the harsh truth, my sisters, the difference between godly man versus a worldly man. And as I said, both men, a healthy worldly man, a healthy godly man that is healthy mentally, that is healthy emotionally, that is healthy bodily, that is healthy financial. A healthy man, that's the key, whether he worldly or not, he likes attractive women. They like attractive women. And when they look at women, whether they worldly men or spiritual men, they look at women because they got a sex drive. And I'm not going to hide it. Yes, sister, when a spiritual man look at you sometimes, you think that spiritual men only think about God, right? No. Spiritual men think about sex too. Before they get married to you. They may not bring it up, but it's going to come to their mind. So don't get fooled, my sisters. But you see, the thing about a spiritual man and a worldly man, the difference is what distance they're going to go with you. Worldly men are not going to marry you at the end. They will have sex with you. That's the farthest they're going to go. They will waste your time. That's the farthest they will go. They will lie to you. That's the farthest they will go. They will string you along. That's the farthest they will go. They will pay your bill. Some of them will pay your bill. That's the farthest they will go. They will go on trips with you. That's the farthest they will go. They will be with you for years and years. That's the farthest they will go. They will buy you an engagement ring. That's the farthest they will go. But they will not say, I do to you before God. And you find yourself with this man 20 plus years. And you see some of your girlfriends and your girlfriend get married. And some of you sisters, not all of you, you get secretly jealous and envious when you see another woman because you be saying, how could she get married? I'm a good woman. I'm a good woman. Why nobody don't want to marry me? I'm dating these guys, you dating worldly men. I'm dating these guys, these guys. I'm doing things. I cook for them. I wash their clothes. I'm playing the wife. In your mind, I'm playing the wife. I'm doing what a wife is supposed to do. You acting. You acting for a worldly man. And the only thing he's going to do is lay you on your back for years. And then when it's over, in a lot of cases, when it's going to come to an end. It's going to come to an end. Events going to come to an end. And then what pisses a lot of you sisters off, they go to another woman and they marry them just like that. And you get more pissed off. Then you want to do comparison and contrast. What she have that I don't have. She got that man, that worldly man that was ready for her. That's what she got. So why are you going to get angry at that worldly man that would been stringing you along. You knew year one. You knew year one, sister. So some of you sisters, you're going to have to stop playing the victim as of tonight. Year one, you knew that that man was not going to marry you. It didn't take you over a year. You knew. You allowed the relationship to go. Why you want to blame this man? Why you want to talk about this man that will not marry you after a year? I'm using year as at minimum. Why you want to get mad at man? And why you want to get angry at that woman that the man went on with for his life and said, I do to her? You had a part in it. Some of you sisters, you're going to have to stop playing victim. Woe is me. You got to stop playing the victim. You allowed it. You had a part in letting this man string you along. Yes, he lied to you. You seen the red flag. You seen the red flags in year one. Especially the man been riding you. Because the one thing about it, every man and every woman got what is called pattern and behavior. That's part of sociology. Every man and every woman. And you sisters, let me tell you what you sisters got. You sisters are detailed. You sisters are more detailed than men. That's one thing I got to say. You are more detailed than men. You feel stuff. You feel things and you ignore what you feel. You see it, but you ignore it. The truth be right in front of you. The harsh truth be right in front of you. Some of you sisters, you let men go to woman and they break your heart, but you still think he gonna come home, don't you? You think he's gonna come home. He come and tell you, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry for doing this. I will never do it no more. How many of you sisters have heard a man say, I'm sorry, and he keep doing the same thing over and over and over again? He get to the point where you even say this. That's right, Candace stating that, yeah, I remember that, sister. You sister, a lot of you, not all of you, you've been playing the victim for years. And I hate to be the bearer of bad news. But when you have a consultation with me, I tell you the truth. Once you tell me your story, I'm going to tell you the truth. But you see, what I noticed doing some of my consultation, when I talk to some of you sisters, when I tell you the straight out red pill truth, you listen to me and you want me to side with you. You want me to see it from your point of view. I'm not going to look at it from your point of view, sisters. I'm going to look at it for how it is. And some of you brothers that do a consultation with me, I'm not taking your side. I'm going to look at it for how it is. And I'm going to tell you the salt truth. I'm not going to sugar it. I tell you the salt truth. I tell either one of you brothers, some of you brothers, if you come to consultation with me with these women, I tell some of these guys know it and some of the women know it. I tell the woman directly in front of the guy, he's not going to marry you. How long you been together? Then I could say to the man, why you haven't married her? He come up with all kinds of excuses. And I say in front of the man and woman, brother, you full of excuses. You know good and well you knew within a short period of time whether or not you want to marry a woman. Go ahead and tell her right now that you're not going to marry her. Let's get it over with. I don't want to keep taking your money. Go ahead and tell her that you're not going to marry her. Tell her so she can go. Let her cry now. Let her shed the tears now. Stop misleading her. Let her shed the tears. Sister, it's better to go ahead and shed your tears now and get healed and go on, or to keep shedding tears for years and years and years. That's how some of you sisters are. You allow this guy to take you over the year mark. With over a year, this man should be engaged to you and marry you. It doesn't take years to decide whether or not he want to be the covenant thing. Let me give you a situation. Let's go to the spiritual aspect. A man's supposed to be wrought just like Christ. Even a woman. But the man's supposed to walk just like Christ, and the woman's supposed to be just like church. Let me tell you this. When you look at Jesus, Jesus wants to go ahead and commit to us right then. Jesus want to go. Jesus' mind is already made up. That's how a man's mind should be. Jesus' mind made up. I want to have a relationship with you. That go for man and woman. That's what Jesus said. I want to have a relationship with you. I'm not going to force the relationship, but here I am. I want to have a relationship with you. I want to be serious with you. I want to commit to you, and I want to marry you. That's Jesus' position. If you the church position, and let's say, sister, you the church, you know Jesus is coming to be serious. You know Jesus is coming to commit. You know that Jesus wants to have a long-term, eternal relationship with you. A godly man is supposed to walk in the ways of Jesus. If this man said this is the key thing, this man, is he serious with you? If this man is serious with you, you should see Christ's traits in him. This man should be serious. He should verbally go ahead and commit to you and let you know his position. Jesus wants a relationship quickly. Jesus wants to seal the deal. A godly man supposed to seal the deal. What I mean, he needs to get engaged and marry a woman. I know some of you sisters, you don't like this salt. You want me to give you some sugar. You want me to put the sugar in your tea, right? Nope, I'm going to put the salt on your steak. Salt gives flavor. Sugar gives flavor too. But you don't put sugar on steak. I'm giving you some meat tonight. I'm coming with some real meat. I want you to bite into it. I want you to enjoy it. You understand? That's what I'm telling you, sister. So let me tell you. Worldly men really don't want to seal the deal. Wake up. I'm trying to shake you. Wake up. You're dreaming. A lot of you women, you're dreaming. Wake up. Wake up, sister. Stop sleepwalking. Stop sleepwalking. You're walking. You're sleepwalking. Wake up. Wake up. I'm woke, Tony. I'm woke. I'm woke. I'm woke. You ain't woke. Open your eyes so you can see. Brothers, you either be straight with these sisters or let them go. Just be straight with them. Let these women know what you want to do. Don't string them along. Don't say nothing like, let's see where it goes. No, have a plan. Have a plan with these women. Yeah, Flo, give me the sugar honey ice. Let them know so they can make a decision. Brother, if you tell these women, look, I just want to hang out with you. Go ahead and tell them. Don't let them assume. Just say, look, I want to hang out with you. Let them decide whether or not they're going to be a fool. Tell them, brother, let's see how far this goes. Let the woman make up her mind. Let her get into la-la land. Let her start looking at the Flintstone and Bugs Bunny stuff. Go ahead and say, let's see how far this will go. Allow her to be a fool. Because you telling her, and the thing about it, sister, you disregard what these men are saying. You think that you could change a man's mind. You can't change a man's mind. And this little phrase that if a man really want me, he would change for me. Men don't change for women. I hope you sister understand that we don't change for you. We change for two. We either going to change for Jesus or we change for ourselves. It don't have nothing to do about you. Men don't change for women. Men change because they have a relationship with God or they don't. That's it. Relationship with God, spiritual men. Relationship minus God, worldly men. Spiritual man, God the Father or his daddy. Worldly man, Satan is his father or his daddy. How these men treating you, sister, you would know who his daddy is. You would know whether God is his daddy or you would know whether Satan is his daddy. Based on how he approach you, what he say to you, how he treats you. You could tell a tree by the fruit it bears. An Ethiopian does not change the color of his skin. A leopard don't change his spot. When someone shows you who he or she is, believe it. And that is the harsh truth, the difference between a godly man and a worldly man and what they see from a woman. I'm telling you. And that's it. I love you, brothers. I love you, sister. Peace out.